Okay, here we have our Mini 96. We're going to show you how we do a battery change here. Leave all the screws into the plate here. There are screws around the outside under each latch, on the sides, and two on the back, which I've already taken those two out. So what we'll do is take the other screws out using the screw gun. I leave the latches on. And there's one on the other side. Okay. So now if we should be able to pull this plate right up. It should come right up out of there fairly easy, just like that. Use the key, you can turn it a little bit and use that to pull up on the plate. It doesn't take much pressure. And what we'll do here is just set this up here in the lid. I do have the lid leaning against an object just to keep it upright. Or you can take this and set it right down. The wires are plenty long enough. That's probably the best way to do it. So we do have 4 screws holding down the charger board there. So what we want to do is just take these 4 screws out. I use a screwdriver rather than power tools in this scenario. Plus these are really short screws, so they're easy to strip with a power drill. So just be careful not to drop any of the screws down in there. That's why I have my left hand over the screw so that I can pull it out. Just pull this over here. The next thing that we want to do is we have the battery wires are hooked up right down here. We get the positive on this side and then the negative. We want to remove those, so I just put a little solder on the tip of my soldering iron and heat that up. Take that one off. Same on the other side. Ground. Move that. That allows you to pull your charge board out. So now what you have left is the battery brackets inside here. You also have the fuse, but first off, what we'll do is we will remove the screws on the front here, which will release these. There's 2, and the other 2 on the other side. These 2 here, you want to be careful that you keep the box flat on the table, because if you put it up like this, you'll have to hold everything inside, because once you take these screws out, these batteries are able to fall out, and they are still tied together with the fuse. So I generally just try to show you, I just do it this way and keep the box flat on the table. That way we don't have to worry about anything falling out. So we turn that around. As we notice, we do have these marked: left rear, left front, and right front. So we don't get those mixed up. We do have some foam in here. That keeps the batteries separated. At least it helps. Then we remove the fuse on the left. It's kind of hard probably to see with my hands in there to see what I'm doing, but we're actually, this fuse is just soldered between both terminals here. You just kind of pull it out like that. And you kind of straighten it out. Generally they'll go in something like this with a little bend on the end, and then they'll go in between the terminals again. So I just kind of get it prepped. So next we can take our batteries out. That's how we remove the batteries. Next up we'll show putting the batteries back in.